students, today we are going to study Science of class 10th, chapter number 6, Life Processes. ठीक है? So, in this video we will be studying the different types of life processes that occur in living organisms. Okay? So, in this chapter the first question that is asked is, how do we tell the difference between what is alive and what is dead? So this is obvious that how do we tell? How do you know that a thing is alive or it is not? So the answer is, if we see a dog running, a cow chewing, a man shouting, so these are the signs through which we can say that the thing is alive. But again a question is asked, what if these things are sleeping? ठीक है, अगर ये सारी चीज़ें सो रही हैं तो फिर आप कैसे बताओगे कि these are alive or dead? So some people will say, we see when these things are sleeping then they are still breathing, so by seeing them breathing we can say that they are alive. Then a question is asked, what about the plants? How do we know that they are alive? So some people say that the green color of their leaf will tell us that the plant is alive or it is not. But if some people ask, what about those plants which are not green? How do we tell that those plants are alive or dead? So people will be saying that plants are growing. Getting? Plants grow. That is why we can say that they are alive. But again a question is asked, the plants are not visibly growing. Okay, we can't see them growing. They grow but very slowly, which is not visible to our eyes. Getting? So how do we tell that these are alive or not? So the final thing is related to the alive or dead is that there is some sort of movement. Getting? There is some sort of movement here by which we can say that a thing is alive or not. Getting? If you ask a professional biologist that how do we tell a thing is alive or not, then you will get the answer that there is some sort of molecular movement in every living organism by which we can say that a thing is alive or not. Getting? So there is an exception of virus. We can't say that virus is a living thing or it is a dead thing because there is no molecular movement in the virus. It is a controversy, as you can see on your screen, that the viruses give a controversy between the living and the dead. They are neither truly alive nor dead. So a question comes, why are molecular movements needed for life? What is the requirement of these molecular movements? Getting? So the answer is that all living organisms are well organized structures. Getting? Our body is very well organized. We have different types of organs which perform different kinds of functions. Okay, and those organs are made up of different kinds of tissues which you have studied in class 9, and the tissue in turn is made up of cells. Cells have small organelles inside them like nucleus, plasma membrane, plastids, mitochondria and many more. Getting? So these smaller components work for the cell, and if you can see in our environment, most of the things are very well organized and they are ordered in ordered manner. Getting? And if we break this order, then the organism that is alive will no longer be alive. It will become dead. So for making this cycle to go on, we need to repair and maintain the structure we have. Getting? The structures, that is the cell or the tissues that we have in our body, we need to maintain and repair it. So a question is asked, what are the maintenance processes in living organism? So here comes the thing about which we are studying, what are life processes. Getting? So the life processes are the maintenance function of living organism that must go on for its living. Getting or not? Okay. In this video I'm keeping my language in English so that you can try and sense what I'm trying to say. If you listen carefully, you'll be able to understand. Getting? So next thing is that for maintenance job, what kinds of function do we need? What kinds of functions are performed in our body? So for this maintenance, getting, as you know that for different regions, okay, for different kinds of jobs that we are doing, that we do in our life, there is a damage in our cells. Okay, daily millions and millions of cells get damaged in our body, and millions of new cells are formed. So for this to prevent the damage and the breakdown, okay, energy is needed. So the energy comes from where? It comes from outside of the living organism, and we take food, from that we get the energy. So to transfer the energy from outside in our body, we have a different process, okay, and that process is called nutrition. Getting? And there are many other processes, such as if we have to increase our body size, that means what? We need to grow, then we need extra raw materials from outside in our body. So for that extra thing, there is another process, okay. So we have different kinds of life processes in our life through which we are able to survive on this earth. Each and every living organism need to perform different life processes, such as nutrition, okay. From nutrition we are able to take food, okay, and from food we get energy, and with the help of energy, that energy we grow, and the maintenance and the repairing of our body is done. But where do we get this food from? Okay, so we get this food from the outside of our body, in our surrounding, in the environment in which we are living. So there are different kinds of nutritional processes which we have to perform. It depends on different kinds of organisms. Getting or not? So the outside source of energy could be quite varied also. As you can see, we eat different kinds of things. We are omnivores also, and some other people are herbivore. Getting? But if you see in the case of other animals, some may be carnivore, and if you see the plants, they are the autotrophs. They make their own food. But if you see in our case, we are heterotrophs. So there are many different sources from which we get our food. Getting? And for taking nutrition from food, for getting energy from food, we perform different kinds of functions. Okay, there are a lot of chemical reactions that take place starting from our mouth to the anus. Okay, there are lots and lots of chemical reactions. Okay, there are many oxidizing and reducing reactions. Okay, there is chemical breakdown of molecules. Okay, we use oxygen. We use oxygen while the respiration, and we just exhale the carbon dioxide from our body. So different processes are there, but the process of taking oxygen inside our body and taking out carbon dioxide from our body is known as respiration, which is also a kind of life processes that is needed to be performed by our body, by a living organism to be alive. Okay, but as you can see, in the case of single cell organism, there is no specific organ for taking food. They exchange gases or remove waste by the process of diffusion. Okay, as you know, diffusion is a process in which there is a movement of different things from higher concentration to the lower concentration. So single celled organism have no specific organs. Okay, as like for eating we have our mouth, for digestion we have a stomach, and for seeing we have eyes. So for different functions we have different organs, but this is not possible in the case of single celled organism. So they exchange gases, okay, and remove their waste and have their food by the process of diffusion. Okay, and they do not have that much complex designs as we have, but if we see in the case of multicellular organisms, all cells are not in the contact of the surrounding. Okay, so for that the process of diffusion is not enough, getting, because the single cell organism have only a single cell. Okay, and that cell is in touch with the environment and the surrounding which is present around it. But if you see in the case of multicellular organism, all cells are not in contact with the environment, so we cannot fulfill our requirement by the process of diffusion, and we need to perform many other activities in our body, many functions in our body, getting or not, such as if you see, for getting oxygen, for giving oxygen to each and every cell in our body, only diffusion is not necessary. It is not enough to fulfill the needs of our body. So for that we need a lung, okay, and a set of veins, okay, that if we take respiration, if we respire from our nose, then the lungs suck the oxygen, and the veins, in the veins this oxygen get diffused, and those veins the oxygen mixes with the blood, and it just is able to carry those oxygen molecules to each and every cell of the body. That means what? Just diffusion is not enough to carry out this process, getting or not, okay. And there are many other chemical reactions that take place in our body, okay. So if we have to throw out the waste through our body, we need to perform a function called excretion. So till now we have seen different kinds of functions such as nutrition, digestion, excretion, okay, respiration, transportation. So these all are the processes that we have to study in this chapter, okay. So there are different questions that we have to talk about in this chapter. In next video we'll be discussing about the nutrition, but for today it was just an introductory video of this chapter, okay. And before studying our next topic, you need to have a look in the book, okay. And if you have any questions, any queries, you can ask in the comment section. That's all for today. Thank you, class.